Jimmy Wong, and this is Kiwi. Ew. Welcome to Game Nights.
Perfect.
Hi everyone, I'm Ashlen Rose. I'm a cosplayer for Magic the Gathering. I'm super excited to be here today and to get to play some Commander.
This episode is very exciting because we're doing something we've never done before. No, it's okay, we're playing Commander. What I mean is, we're gonna be playing in costume.
Hi, I'm Christine Sprankle, and I dress up like a weirdo on the weekends.
We've brought on two of the biggest names in Magic cosplay.
Cosplaying is where you make a costume of a character you like.
It's one of the best forms of self-expression.
It's just a really fun and unique way to connect with people and just show your love for a game.
Today I am cosplaying Bona, Butcher of Magan. So my deck is all about life gain. I pretty much want to blow up everything I can with Bona and have the life to do it. Keep it simple.
The character I'm cosplaying today is Admiral Beckett Brass. So I'm gonna be playing a bunch of pirates. And basically, I get all my pirates in there by giving them evasion, have them steal everyone's stuff, like a good pirate does.
So I guess Jimmy and Josh, we're going to kind of dive into cosplay.
Jimmy and I are always saying we like to try new things, we like challenges.
I'm really interested to see what they do because the Merfolk looks really hard. I don't even know how I would do that because it looks like it'd be a bunch of latex work.
You know, Josh and I are industry professionals, and I will say I know a couple things about how to make a costume.
And the Dinosaur, I don't even know where to begin with that.
I'm expecting him to strut out in beautiful dinosaur plumage.
It's cute. It's very cute.
Amateurs.
So if you couldn't tell by my costume, today I will be playing Gashoth, Sun's Avatar. The strategy of the deck is I'm playing a ton of ramp spells, a lot of rampant growths and Kodama's reaches to get as much mana on the board as possible. And I'm really excited because I haven't really played that many tribal decks, but I do love attacking with creatures and beating face.
So I'm gonna be playing the Tishana Voice of Thunder deck. It's all about getting a lot of creatures onto the battlefield and then casting Tishana and drawing a bunch of cards. So it is a tribal deck. It's an elf tribal deck though. Because elves tap for mana and Merfolk really don't. Listen, I know everybody wants it to be Merfolk tribal, but Tishana doesn't say all your Merfolk get +1 or anything. So Tishana doesn't care, so I don't see why you guys should care.
All right, Kiwi, are you ready to dominate with some dinosaurs?
Insert. Let's play. Good job, Kiwi.
Good job, Kiwi.
Okay, as is tradition, we must introduce you to the show. Sprankle, welcome to Game Nights. Consider yourself knighted.
Okay, Ashlen Rose. The hat.
There we go.
Yes, welcome to Game Nights.
Only one may stand.
And it's gonna be me.
Alright, I will play a Path of Ancestry tap.
This is one of the new Commander 17 cards, and honestly, I can't think of a better first land you'd want to play in a tribal deck.
I'm gonna play a Cavern of Souls, naming elves.
What? While the rest of us are winning the flavor game, Josh is over there snorkeling when he's actually in the middle of a forest hanging out with elves.
And then I will cast an elf, Boreal Druid. So this is exactly what I want my deck to be doing, playing a creature that creates mana on every turn possible so that I can cast Tishana early, but I also have a lot of creatures on the board, so this is the perfect start. I'm gonna take that off now.
Hey, welcome back.
Yeah, so I can see.
I'm going to play a Reliquary Tower. I have no maximum hand size. And then play Expedition Map.
Oh, these turn one plays.
Yes. In Commander, you can have some of the most powerful lands ever made in Magic, so I'm feeling pretty good.
Look at the tongue out concentration.
I will play Path of Ancestry, tap.
Kids, don't do this at home. See how the card gets bent?
No! Magic cards!
LP now.
I will play Scalding Tarn. I'm gonna go ahead and sacrifice it and take 1 damage. I'm gonna find a Blood Crypt, pay 2 life because it's gonna come into play untapped. Boop, boop. And then I will use both of these to play Kite Sail Freebooter. Because of Path of Ancestry, I will scry 1, and I will target...
Okay, just don't choose me. Don't choose me. Choose somebody else. I'll get to see their hand. This is gonna be great.
I really wasn't sure what Josh's deck was. Like, he had mentioned elves, even though he had a merfolk, so I knew there was gonna be some type of shenanigan, but I wasn't sure what. I think I'm gonna go with Josh.
Okay. So this is pretty bad.
Okay, so I have to reveal my hand?
Yes, your entire hand.
So here's what my hand looks like, everybody.
Non-creature, non-land.
Yes.
Ooh, Cryptolithrite's really good.
Cryptolithrite looks a little threatening.
I'm gonna go with Cryptolithrite.
So that gets exiled until that thing dies?
Yes.
When you keep a hand, you're counting on a certain sequence of plays, and the Cryptolithrite was very key to that because with Imperious Perfect, I'm creating 1/1s that tap for mana. Everything was gonna be awesome, and now everything's horrible. Horrible.
All right, I'm gonna take this off and pass turn.
Okay. I will play Imperious Perfect.
So this card's very good in the deck. It's less good because Cryptolithrite got taken from me, but at the same time, I want a lot of creatures on the board when I cast my general because I want to turn all those creatures into more cards in my hand.
And then I'll pass the turn.
I will play a Shambling Vent, and I will also pass my turn. And while he's doing that, I'll just...
I'm going to play an Ancient Tomb. I'm gonna tap 3, cast Rampaging Ferocidon. This creature does damage anytime a creature enters the battlefield to its controller.
That punishes me for every creature that hits the board. That is going to be super annoying.
And it also says players can't gain life.
So the whole point of my deck is to gain life. And Jimmy was like, how about no?
I'm gonna take 2 damage from the Ancient Tomb, and I will also trigger Path of Ancestry, so I'm going to scry 1. Then I will pass turn.
All right, I will play a Chromatic Lantern.
Ooh,
Nice.
great card.
And pass turn.
I'll tap 3. I'll play a Chasm Skulker.
One of the problems with the deck is you're just really overextended into board wipes, and Chasm Skulker is a way for if you get board wiped, you still have a bunch of creatures left over at the end of it.
Rampaging Ferocidon will trigger and roar, deal 1 damage to you.
Okay. And then I will pass the turn.
I will tap 2 and play Thought Vessel. You know, reiterate the fact that I have no maximum.
You really have no
I
maximum
really,
hands,
really
yeah.
don't
Like
have
double
maximum
no
hand
maximum
size.
size.
And pass the turn.
I'm gonna tap 4, taking 2 damage for Ancient Tomb, and play Dalkin Orrery. This is one of my favorite cards in all of Magic the Gathering. I basically get to draw a card, pass turn for the rest of the game, and choose when I take my turn and use my mana. Then I'll go to combat. Christine, I will swing at you with the Rampaging Ferocidon for 3 damage.
It's rude. Real rude.
Dinosaur's got a dino, and I will pass the turn.
Okay, I'll play a Steam Vents and shock myself. And then I will play Marchesa, the Black Rose.
Yay!
Because of Path of Ancestry, I will scry 1.
Her deck is all about attacking, and she's really weak to something like a board wipe. But if you have Marchesa on the board, then that means that you're gonna be really, really immune to people taking out your creatures. Because all of a sudden, they're gonna come back from the graveyard. Rampaging Ferocidon will trigger and roar! Take a damage.
Josh is on the throne, so... And I'll swing at Josh. It'll trigger Dethrone, which will put a 1/1 counter on it.
So I take 2 as flyer. I have nothing that can block fire.
I'm not trying to pick on him or anything, but I gotta get the counter, so...
I mean, you already took a card from me, you know, you can spread the love a little, hit some. I know I'm on the throne, but come on, that's only 1 additional damage.
Okay, and then at the end of your turn, I will tap Imperious Perfect, make an Elf Warrior creature token. And when that enters, it'll trigger Rampaging Ferocidon, and I'll take 1 damage. Okay, then I'll untap, draw a card, which will trigger Chasm Skulker. That will put a 1/1 counter on it. Then I will play From Beyond,
Oh, man.
which is gonna hurt with that Ferocidon, but what can you do? You gotta play your deck.
Listen, I just have to continue with my game plan and hope that at some point in the future I can get rid of that dinosaur.
And then I will pass turn.
At the end of your turn, I will crack my expedition map and search for Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth.
That was a good card.
And I will put that in my hand. All right, so my turn.
Yep.
I will play Urborg,
Big
Swaps.
surprise.
and I will play Sarah's Ascendant.
Oh my gosh.
It's a 1 casting 6/6 flyer. You can't beat that. But he's just not at his full potential.
Thankfully, Jimmy's Dinosaur makes it where it can't gain the life. So it's not quite as good as it could be.
Doesn't even make sense. How is this dinosaur preventing life gain? What kind of mystical powers does a dinosaur have?
Take 1 from Rampaging Ferocidon.
And then I will play Underworld Connections. and put it on my reliquary tower.
Card advantage is good. Honestly, I'm not that worried about Sprankle because she hasn't really looked in my direction. I'm more worried that Ashlen's picking on me.
And I will pass turn.
All right, I'm going to untap.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm using his arm.
Oh,
and
you got
his-
strategy now. Practice makes perfect, as they say.
Then I will play a Temple Garden, untapped, take 2 damage, and because I have a Dalkin Ori, I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. I'll pass turn.
All right, I'll attack Josh again, triggering Dethrone again. So I get another counter.
I take 3.
Yay.
1, 2, 3.
No longer on the throne though.
Woohoo! I guess.
And then I will play a Steel Hellkite.
That's so good against Josh and all his tokens.
You know, when someone's picking on you, there's things that you don't want them to do. And play Steel Hellkite is at the top of that list.
Rampaging Ferocity roars and you take a damage.
Ah, yes. All right, pass turn.
Okay. On upkeep, From Beyond will trigger, and I will make an Eldrazi Scion. And that will trigger the Raging Ferocity. I take 1.
Yep.
And then I will draw a card, and that will trigger Chasm Skulker, and it will become a 3/3. And then I'm gonna tap 3.
Oh, will you?
And I'm gonna play a new card,
Oh.
Growing Rights of Itlamok.
Oh.
I'm going to reveal a Findhorn Elves. So that goes in my hands. And then I will go to my end step. And because I have 5 creatures, I only need 4, I will transform the Growing Rights of Itlamok into Itlamok, Cradle of the Sun.
This is terrifying, by the way, because I don't have any way of dealing with it. No one has any way of dealing with it. Josh is going to be able to pump out a ton of mana.
Okay, at the end of your turn, I will use my secret underworld connections and lose 1 life and draw a card. And then untap, play Cabal Coffers.
Christine has Urborg and Cabal Coffers out, which is one of the best ways to ramp in black really quickly.
Life is sweet. It's very sweet. Tap 2 for Cabal Coffers. That will make 5 black and Shambling Vents for 1 white and bring out Bona.
She has arrived. This worries me because she can blow up my Hellkite. Luckily, I'm pretty sure I know what her first target is.
So now I have an answer to that filthy dinosaur. Vengeance will soon be mine. Just gotta wait. Just gotta be patient. It's coming.
Rampaging Ferocity will trigger and do 1 damage to you. Rampaging Ferocity is doing a lot of work, but at the same time, it's also making everyone hate me. Okay, at the end of your turn, I will tap 5 mana and lose 2 life from Ancient Tomb to flash out Mind's Eye. My plan to like get out front, do some damage, and hopefully ramp into bigger dinosaurs hasn't come to fruition, and this is gonna be a really good way for me to hopefully catch up. I need to make my land drops, I need to get more ramp, and I need to build out my board. Otherwise, I'm in a really, really tricky position. Lots of scary things out there in the world.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just gonna pass turn. So I'm stuck at 4 lands, and I'm hoping that Mind's Eye is gonna get me out of this hole. But the thing is, I can only draw cards when opponents draw cards, so that means I can't play lands on their turns, so I've just put myself another turn behind. Things aren't looking good.
Alright, I will draw a card.
Okay, when you do, I will use Mind's Eye to tap 1 and also draw a card.
Alright, I will move to combat. I will swing the Steel Hellkite at Josh and the Kite Sail Freebooter at Jimmy.
I will take 3 damage, I cannot block.
I cannot block. I will take 5 damage.
Alright, and because Steel Hellkite did damage to you, I will pay 0 to destroy each non-land permanent with converted mana cost 0. Josh has this land and a bunch of creatures on the board, so I just decided to help alleviate the problem of him having a bunch of mana.
It's not the best, it's not the worst. I lose 2 things, I'm gonna be able to immediately replace them, so.
And then I will play a Phyrexian Metamorph, copying my Steel Hellkite.
Oh no.
Oh,
wow.
Amazing.
Okay, this is pretty bad. I don't have any flyers, I don't have any protection from flyers in my hand or on the board. She can just kind of, for fun, blow up everything I have.
Alright, you take a damage from Rampaging Ferocity.
And then I will pay 2 to play a Daring Saboteur.
Ooh.
And because it's a human pirate, I will scry 1.
And you'll also take a damage from the Rampaging Ferocity.
Yeah. And then pass turn.
All right, on your end step, I will activate Imperious Perfect, make an Elf Warrior creature token. Then I will activate Oran Reef the Vastwood to put a 1/1 counter on it.
Take a damage!
I will take my 1 damage, and then I will untap. And on my upkeep, From Beyond will trigger. I will make an Eldrazi Scion. Take a damage. How much damage have I taken from that thing? Like 8 or 9?
Your deck is not built well against the Rampaging Frost.
No. And then I will draw a card that's going to trigger Chasm Skulker. It becomes a 4/4.
And Mind's Eye will also trigger when you draw a card, so I'll tap one and draw.
All right. I guess I'll go to combat.
Yep.
And I will attack Jimmy with a 4/4 Chasm Skulker and a 3/3 Elf Warrior.
Okay, I'll take it all.
Take 7.
I'm at a very low life total now. I've just been taking a ton of damage from everyone because of all the hate I've generated.
I will start by playing Elvish Promenade. Make 3 elves. And I will take 3 damage from the, what's it called again?
Rampaging Ferocidon.
From that jerk.
Don't forget it.
Then I will tap the Itlamok, Cradle of the Sun. So I have 8 green mana floating. With 1 green mana, I will play Fyndhorn Elves. I'll take a damage for Raging Ferocidon. So I have 7 green mana floating. I'll add a blue to it and play Tishana.
Oh no.
Voice of Thunder. Take a damage. Trigger her ETB effect, which is draw a card for each creature I control. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, so I'll draw 10 cards.
Wow.
So Josh he just played like a million different things.
Draws a billion cards.
Lots of stuff is happening right now. Oh god.
And because I just drew 10 cards, Chasm Skulker will get 10 counters.
Oh my goodness.
It's getting a little dicey up in here.
I'm worried. This isn't looking good. I don't know, he may feel like I've been, I don't know, picking on him a little bit or something.
In response, you're drawing a butt ton of cards. Mind's Eye will trigger 10 times. I'm gonna spend 3 mana and draw 3 cards.
Okay, I still have the 1 green floating. My land for turn I'm gonna play is Misty Rainforest. I'm gonna immediately crack it. I'll pay 1 life, and I will find Tropical Island. With the 1 green and a blue, I'll play Coiling Oracle. Trigger Rampaging Ferocidon. I'll take a damage. I've taken so much damage from that thing. I will reveal the top card of my library. It's an Elvish Mystic, so I'll put that card into my hand, and then I will pass the turn.
All this is great. It looks great. However, there are 2 Steel Hellkites on the table, and there's a really good chance that like 80% of my stuff is gone by the time my turn gets back to me. So I would be more excited, but it doesn't feel like it's gonna matter.
And at the end of your turn, I will use my Underworld Connections again, draw a card, and lose a life. And then I play Isolated Chapel and activate Cabal Coffers and play Revel in Riches.
I love winning commander games in horrible, tricky ways that you don't even actually kill anybody.
Revel in Riches is really interesting because Ashlen can't actually use the Steel Hellkites against all my stuff because that'll turn into treasure for Sprankle. And if Sprankle has 10 treasure, she wins the game. So it kind of weirdly protects me from the Hellkites a little bit. It's weird, but I like it.
And then I will play Drana's Emissary. Take 1 because of that filthy dinosaur.
That dinosaur is filthy.
It's out of control.
You're gonna kill it now, right?
So yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Go to combat, and I'm going to swing both my creatures at Jimmy. The 4 blocks, I'm going to activate Bona to destroy this rampaging dinosaur.
Finally.
And because your creature dies, Revel in Riches triggers, and I get a treasure.
This is awesome. She gets rid of the dinosaur. She protects me from the Hellkites. I mean, I'd give her a hug, but those eyes are really scary.
And I pay 7 life.
Okay, I will take 5. I'm gonna go to 15.
And because of lifelink, I'll gain 5 life.
I also have 4 commander damage from Vona. I don't think that will matter.
I do believe the fun is done, so your turn.
I am in just the worst position.
Oh gosh.
Oh gosh. Even if I do board wipe and kill all creatures, well guess what? Christine just wins because of Revel in Riches. So I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place, or just 2 dinosaurs, or in this case, a Vona, a Steel Hellkite, and a giant Tishana. I'm just gonna pass turn.
Okay. Draw a card.
Okay, when you draw a card, Mind's Eye will trigger, and I will tap 1 to draw the card.
Okay. This is where it gets tough. I don't really have quite enough for lethal on Josh. So I just gotta deal with Vona and everything over on Sprankle's side, and then we'll come back to Josh. All right, I'm gonna swing the 2 Hellkites at Sprankle.
I will block with Drana's Emissary.
So, Drana's Emissary dies.
1 gets through, so I take 5.
And because Steel Hellkite did damage to you, I'll tap 5 to blow up everything you have that costs 5 mana.
Rude.
Ooh, wow.
Bye-bye.
I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did to deserve this.
It's hard to have a lot of sympathy for a vampire, honestly.
I will pass turn.
Alright, I will untap. From Beyond will trigger. I will make an Eldrazi Scion. I will not take a damage. Feels so good. Then I will draw a card, which will trigger Chasm Skulker, which now becomes a 15/15 creature. Okay, what's everybody at? 15, 18, 31, 25.
I can take out either Sprankle or Jimmy. I don't have quite enough to take out Ashlen.
I'll go to combat.
Okay.
Here's how we're gonna do it. Ashlen, all this stuff's coming at you.
Oh boy.
Jimmy.
No.
Oh, man.
Unfortunately, I'm in the weakest position at the table. I have no blockers. I'm really imposing no threat to anyone. Josh, no! My co-host! My ally! No! These cute dinosaurs! Don't do it!
Hi, my name is Jimmy. Wong.
Okay, I will block Imperious Perfect with Marchesa and the Self with my Freebooter.
Okay, and then you take 10.
I can probably deal with that much damage right now. I'm at a pretty comfortable life total, so I'm not too worried about that.
And then I'm gonna play Spontaneous Generation, which gives me a Sapperling for every card in my hand. I have 10.
Oh my gosh.
Then I will cast Jiraga Tree Speaker, which means I have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 creatures on board.
At this point, it doesn't seem like there's any reason not to just play out everything I can.
Tap the Cradle for 20 green mana.
So again, a bunch of stuff happens.
Then I will play an Elvish Archdruid, Argothian Elder, Joriel, Empress of Beasts,
A lot more stuff comes out again. Yay, just more stuff keeps coming out.
Elvish Mystic, Wood Elves, Oracle of Moldiah. I'll reveal the top card of my library. And then I will tap Ornreef the Vastwood, and I'll put a +1/+1 counter on all of the green creatures that enter the battlefield this turn.
Josh doing Josh things over here.
And then while I figure out the dice situation to grow all these guys, I'll go ahead and pass turn.
At the end of your turn, though, I will again use my Underworld Connections, draw a card, and lose a life. And then I activate Cabal Coffers and cast Sword of Feast and Famine. And I'm going to equip it.
Okay, this is pretty bad actually because I can't block the Saracendent now because it has protection from green and all I have is green creatures.
And then I will Underworld Connections, draw a card,
Lose life.
lose a life. And I will play Staff of Domination. So I pretty much need to get Josh dead or down enough to where Ashlen can swing in with Hellkites. I don't know. I will swing at Josh for 3.
So I will take 3. 1, 2, 3.
This is great. He's now at a point where I can swing in on my turn and hit him for lethal, so I'm feeling pretty good about this play right now.
That'll trigger Sword of Feast and Famine, so I have to discard a card. I'll discard Thought Vessel.
And because of lifelink, I'll gain 3, and I will untap all of my lands. All right, I can untap Underworld Connections and hopefully draw something, anything, to just keep me alive just for a little longer. I'm going to Underworld Connections again, lose a life, draw a card, and I mean, I drew something okay. All right, we're gonna have a party here.
Huh?
Oh boy.
Vampire party?
So I'm going to tap out and sacrifice my treasure. And I'm going to play Debt of the Deathless. X is equal to 8.
Oh.
I gain 32 and everybody takes 16.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe what just happened.
That just kills me.
Sorry. Not sorry.
Okay, I take 16, which leaves me at -1.
I don't even know how to act out. I'll pay you next month, Like, how do you act out dying to a debt?
Did I take 16?
You're gonna be at 5?
Oh my goodness.
I'm now sitting pretty at 54 life. Pass the turn.
This is really interesting because we've seen these situations before and it can go either way, where you're at a high life total but no board, but your opponent's at like single-digit life.
All right, I will go ahead and just turn everything sideways.
Wow.
They all get dethrone triggers.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's gonna be 23.
Okay, go down to 31.
Getting there. And because Steel Hellkite did damage to you, I will pay 3 to blow up everything that costs 3 on your end, and then pay 1 for my other Steel Hellkite trigger to blow up the Saracendent. So because I dealt damage to you, Daring Saboteur will draw me a card if I want. And then so I will discard my Wonder. And because it's in my graveyard, everyone gains flying.
Seems good.
And then I will also play Deadeye Tracker and Dousing Dagger. And when it comes into play, I will give you 2/0/2 plant tokens.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I'm not really worried about giving her the 2 defenders because now all my stuff has flying, so I'll just get over him anyway. I will pass turn.
So Ashlen's at 5. Can we do this?
I'm going to use Cabal Coffers and tap out to create 12 mana. And I will play Tithe Drinker. I have 10 mana left.
Okay, that has Extort. That's bad.
Then I'm going to play Pristine Talisman. I will extort.
So Ashlen loses 1, you gain 1.
I am very worried right now. I'm not sure what's gonna happen.
I have 6 mana left. Then I will play land tax. I pay extort again.
Ooh, it's
gosh.
getting
Can we get there?
This is not looking good.
And then I play Burnished Heart. I extort again.
Oh gosh. Now I'm down to 2.
And that's all I can do.
And then I ran out of mana.
That's fine. I wasn't worried. I knew. So what I'm gonna do is I will bring out myself for the final battle.
Oh, she's here.
Admiral Beckett Brass.
Because of Path of Ancestry, I will scry 1. And then I will play Captain Lannery Storm, who has haste.
Oh my goodness.
They all have flying, isn't
Yeah, they
it?
all
Yes.
No problem.
And they're all gonna get dethroned.
Yes. All right, we're gonna turn them all except myself sideways. I like to oversee things.
Your
Version.
management, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Dethrone will trigger.
How do vampires die on the plane of Ixalan?
I wouldn't know since I'm still alive.
All right, good game.
right,
Good
yay.
job, Ashlen.
They say dead men tell no tales, but I didn't die. So I'm gonna tell you. I won.
It was awesome having Christina and Ashlen on the show. Being able to play in costume for the set based on the tribes that we were doing was a ton of fun.
I just think it's amazing and awesome that every person who's a fan of Magic is enriched by the fact that they are doing what they do.
It's just a really fun and unique way to connect with people and just see them be excited about a card that I really like and they also really like.
The amount of talent, dedication, and hard work that they put into their costumes, it's just inspiring to be around people like that. What did you like about the day or the deck or anything?
I was excited to get out of costume and finally pee.
It was a super great experience. I'm so happy I got to be here and play Commander with Jimmy and Josh and Sprankle.
Hey, Dino! What'd you think about that game? Well, it was great, except not many dinosaurs popped out. Huh, Rex?
You know
Yeah.
your mouth's not supposed to move, right?
Yeah, of course, that sucks, didn't it?
Jimmy, how do you do bees?
You think you're doing good with the other letters?